You've probably heard 1,000 times that your thoughts create your reality. And sure, thoughts matter, but they're not the source of creation. They're just the echo. The real signal, the one the universe responds to, is the frequency held in your nervous system. That's the part of you that decides whether you're living in safety and expansion or survival and contraction. And if your body feels unsafe, even just subtly unsafe, you don't attract miracles. You attract more things to survive. Think about those days when you're doing everything right, visualizing, repeating affirmations, meditating like a monk, yet nothing actually shifts. It's not that the tools are useless, it's that they're landing on top of an activated fight or flight system. The mind is saying, I am abundant, but the body is saying, we're not safe. And the universe listens to the body first, every time, not your words, not your intentions, not the vision board, the felt state. Most of us live in a world where the nervous system is stuck in high alert, always scanning for danger, always preparing for something to go wrong. And the body doesn't know the difference between a late bill, a breakup text, or a tiger in the bushes. It just sees threat. When that happens, your energy field contracts. You stop receiving, life stops flowing. Miracles don't disappear, you disconnect from them. The truth is, you don't manifest with effort, you manifest with coherence. A coherent nervous system is like clean radio signal. A dysregulated one is static. And when you're living in the static, overthinking, worrying, replaying conversations in your head, trying to fix your life by thinking harder, you're manifesting from fear, not creation. So the real work isn't forcing the universe to give you what you want. The real work is training your nervous system to feel safe again. Because once the body relaxes, the field responds. Once safety becomes your baseline, abundance stops being a chase and becomes a match. And this is where things get real, because once you understand that your nervous system is the actual broadcaster of your reality, you start to see why life keeps reflecting the same patterns back to you. Stress isn't just something you feel, it's something your field transmits. Every time your body slips into fight or flight, you're not just reacting to life, you're programming it. The universe doesn't speak English, Spanish, or affirmation language. It speaks frequency, and stress is a frequency that tells life, send me more of what I need to defend myself from. Here's the wild part, most people never consider. Your nervous system doesn't just respond to reality, it predicts it. When you're constantly bracing for something to go wrong, your body treats that expectation like a command. The field around you starts matching the signal. So instead of attracting miracles, synchronicities, and open doors, you unconsciously create a future filled with situations that keep your cortisol high, your heart guarded, and your potential small. Not because you're broken, not because you're unlucky, simply because the nervous system is built to recreate whatever emotional state it believes is normal. And the scary part? Most people don't realize they're living in chronic survival mode because it doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's just the subtle tightening in your chest when you check your bank account, the mental rehearsing of conversations you haven't had yet, the constant need to plan ahead so nothing goes wrong, the obsession with getting life under control. All of that is survival energy disguised as responsibility, and when the body is in survival, it can't receive, it can only protect. Which is why resetting your nervous system isn't just a healing practice, it's a manifestation practice. You can say affirmations all day, but if your body is vibrating, I am not safe, your words won't matter. You can visualize abundance, but if your nervous system is trained to look for threats, you'll subconsciously repel anything that feels unfamiliar, even if it's good. The universe can only meet you at the level of safety your body allows. So the real shift isn't, how do I attract more? It's how do I teach my body that I'm safe enough to let more in? So if stress silently programs your future, the next question is, what's creating all that stress in the first place? And most of the time, it isn't the external world at all. It's the constant, non-stop, overactive storytelling machine inside your head. Most people don't live in their bodies, they live in mental simulations of life. They're not in the moment, they're in a thought about the moment. And the nervous system responds to the thought just as strongly as it would to reality itself. You've probably felt it before, driving somewhere and realizing you don't remember the last 10 minutes of the road because you weren't there. You were inside rehearsing a conversation, correcting something you said 3 days ago, or trying to predict how something in the future might go wrong so you can be prepared. That's not thinking, that's survival logic disguised as intelligence. And the more time you spend in the mind, the more the body learns. We can't relax, something might happen. But here's the real cost. The more you live in your head, the less you can receive from the field. Miracles don't come through thinking. They come through resonance, intuition, synchronicity, breakthrough ideas, inspired action. Those don't come from mental tension. They come from coherence. And coherence only happens when the body and mind are actually in the same place, at the same time, sending the same signal. That's what nervous system regulation restores. Unity between what you desire and what your energy is broadcasting. Living in the mind creates an identity built out of tension, and that identity is made of emotional positions, not just beliefs. I have to fix everything. I have to stay ahead. Life is on me. You don't think those sentences, you feel them. They become the background emotional posture your nervous system holds 24/7. And the law of attraction doesn't respond to your goals or your words. It responds to that posture. That's why you can want abundance while vibrating fear, want love while vibrating self-protection, want expansion while vibrating, I'm not safe yet. This is why resetting the nervous system is the missing link in almost every manifestation practice. You don't need more willpower. You don't need more affirmations. You don't need to think positive harder. You need to shift from a mind-created identity back into a body-based presence. Because when you drop out of your head and into your body, you're not just calming the system, you're re-entering the field where miracles live. The mind analyzes life, the nervous system experiences it, and miracles don't show up for the one who analyzes, they show up for the one who is here. Once you see how living in the mind keeps you in survival, the next realization becomes obvious. You can't create a miraculous life from a body that's bracing for danger. And that's why so many people feel blocked, not because the universe is withholding anything, but because their nervous system is still convinced it's not safe to receive. The mind can want miracles, but the body has to allow them. That's the bridge. Safety is what turns desire into attraction. And this is where most manifestation teachings stop too early. They tell you to raise your vibration, feel abundant, act as if, but they never explain why your body literally won't let you feel those things consistently. It's not because you lack discipline or faith. It's because the nervous system will always choose survival over expansion. If your body believes safety comes from control, tension, or hypervigilance, then joy, ease, and receiving will feel dangerous, even if you consciously want them. But the moment the body learns that it's safe to rest, safe to open, safe to not know what happens next, that's when the field can finally meet you. Think of it like electricity. You don't have to force the current to flow. You just have to remove the block. Safety is not the reward for a regulated life. It is the entry point to it. The moment safety becomes your baseline, your energy stops collapsing inward and starts radiating outward. And that's the moment the universe starts rearranging itself around you instead of against you. That's why the real work isn't trying to manifest harder. It's training your nervous system to feel safe being expanded, safe being seen, safe receiving more than the past, safe being supported. And the more the body learns this new imprint, the more creation becomes effortless. Not because life becomes perfect, but because you stop interpreting everything as a threat. You stop pushing, you start allowing, you stop surviving, you start co-creating. So the bridge between the life you want and the life you have is not effort, manifestation tricks, or mental mastery. It's regulation. A regulated nervous system becomes a clear signal to the universe. I am ready. I am open. I can hold what I'm asking for. And that's when the field responds with the things that were already meant for you, but couldn't reach you through the static. Now, if safety is the bridge, the question becomes, how do you actually teach the body to feel safe again, consistently, not just in short, accidental moments of peace? That's where this practice comes in. You don't reset your nervous system by thinking differently. You reset it by feeling differently, on purpose, repeatedly, until the body learns a new baseline. And the beauty of this particular reset is that it doesn't require hours of meditation, perfect posture, or spiritual theatrics, just breath awareness and a few minutes of presence. This 3-part breath is more than relaxation. It's emotional repatterning. What you're really doing is installing 3 missing frequencies into your nervous system: openness, release, and grounded safety. Most people only ever breathe through stress, tension, or control. But when you breathe through the heart, you bypass the mind and go straight to the command center of your energetic field. You stop trying to think your way into peace, and you feel your way into it. Breath 1 is the frequency of receiving. Inhale through the heart, exhale through the heart, and with that exhale, imagine your whole field expanding, like your body is opening its windows again after being shut for too long. This isn't pretend. Your nervous system learns through emotion, not language. So this exhale says, it is safe to open. It is safe to let life in. You're rewriting the instinct that says, I only survive by staying closed. Breath 2 is the frequency of letting go. Same inhale, but the exhale is a release, not a dramatic purge, just a soft dropping, like tension melting through your feet into the ground. Trauma, stories, pressure, shame, perfectionism. It doesn't need to be solved, just released. This trains the nervous system to stop storing emotional weight as identity. The body begins to learn, I can let go without losing myself. I don't have to hold everything to be safe. Breath 3 is the frequency of presence. Inhale through the heart, exhale with the deepest truth. Right here, right now, I am safe. Not safe in the future, not safe when things are fixed, safe now. That single recognition rewires survival mode faster than any affirmation ever will. Because the nervous system doesn't need certainty. It needs evidence of safety in the present moment. That's what collapses fear. That's what opens the field again. Repeat those 3 breaths. Open, release, return. For 3 to 5 minutes, once or twice a day. And you're not just calming the body. You're reprogramming the root frequency that's shaping your reality. Little by little, your baseline shifts, not by effort, not by hustle, but by teaching the nervous system what it was never taught, that safety, expansion, and receiving are not threats, they are your natural state. In conclusion, you don't attract miracles by chasing them. You attract them by becoming the version of you that doesn't need to chase. The moment your nervous system stops living in survival, the universe stops sending things to survive. That's not magic. It's coherence. That's not luck, it's alignment. So don't just do the breath today. Make it the new baseline. Reset the body. Rewire the field. Let your nervous system become the place where safety, joy, and receiving feel natural again. That's when manifestation isn't something you do. It's something you are. The universe is already holding everything you've asked for. The only question now is, will you meet it from contraction or from coherence?